Hi everyone, this is Migs from Sneaks and Ball PH, and today we have a detailed review on the Air Jordan 7 Flint. Before we get started, if you do like the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Then if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below as well. I'll also be leaving a link to the SNBPH Sneaker Hunters Facebook group in the description box, so I do hope you're able to join us because we do talk about sneakers and basketball quite a bit, and it's also where I hold my monthly giveaways. Then if you haven't already, please make sure to sub to the channel because it really does help us out quite a lot. So with that out of the way, it's time to take a look at the Air Jordan 7 Flint, and this shoe actually took like 15 years to retro, and it definitely has been a very long wait for everyone who really liked this colorway. The Flint Grey colorway on various Air Jordans has definitely been a very popular one, and it actually all started with the Jordan 13 Flint in 1998. The story behind that Jordan 13 Flint was that it was actually supposed to be MJ's All-Star sneaker because the All-Star game was going to be held in New York, and of course Michael Jordan repping the East. It was a shoe that was supposed to be something like the Jordan 11 Columbia. It's just that the league and the players decided not to go for custom All-Star jerseys, but instead they went for wearing their individual team jerseys. The Jordan 13 Flint did still release to the public that year, and it was actually a massive success, and Jordan Brand did follow up the popularity of the Jordan 13 Flints by releasing the Flint Grey colorway to other Jordans as well. You had the Jordan 15 Flint in the year 2000, the Jordan 9 Flint in 2002, the Jordan 12 Flint in 2003 that actually kind of retroed in a similar but not exactly the same colorway a few years ago. You had the Jordan 19 Flint or the Jordan 19 Mellow in 2004, and in 2006 you had the Jordan 21 Flint, as well as this, the Jordan 7 Flint Grey. The Jordan 7 in 2006 was actually pretty well received, and a lot of people really rocked these and really enjoyed them, and I can definitely understand that because this Jordan 7 Flint colorway is definitely one of the best in my opinion, and I think it can actually rival some of the OG Jordan 7 colorways like the Cardinals, the Olympic, and the Bordeaux. This is definitely a great retro plus colorways from the early and mid 2000s. So to look at the shoe in more detail, let's get into the tech specs on the Jordan 7. Starting off with the traction, the Jordan 7 actually has this thick solid rubber outsole, and the traction pattern has always been a very interesting one because it is pretty flat, just with like these sort of cheese craters, and it definitely seems unconventional, but they actually do work on court. They stick to the court pretty well and aren't really that affected by dust, plus since it is a 90s shoe, it's super durable as well. Most of the time people do just use these for casual wear, so if you're just walking around outside or inside, you're not really gonna have any problems with the grip or with the durability. If you were to use these to play basketball though, I do think it's a good option because like I said, the traction is pretty good and the cushion is actually really good for an early 90s retro. So for the cushion on the Jordan 7, it actually has a full-length air unit, and at least in the original tech specs it said it had a full-length polyurethane midsole. But if they do use Phylon, that does kind of make sense because it is quite soft, and if you are a Jordan collector, I think this will make sure that your pair lasts a lot longer and doesn't crumble over time. The cushion is definitely pretty comfy. That midsole does have a little bit of give to it, and the full-length air unit does give you a subtle bounce back and a lot of impact protection. If I were to rank all of the Jordans that didn't have Zoom Air in it, so that would be basically the Jordan 11 down to the Jordan 1, I'd probably rank the Jordan 11 number 1 in terms of comfort. Then in second, I'd have tied the Jordan 10 and the Jordan 7. So once again, from the traction and cushion alone, the Jordan 7 is definitely one of the best early Air Jordans to hoop in. Then for the materials on the Jordan 7 Flint, you have this really smooth and really nice nubuck, and on the overlays you have this white tumbled leather that is synthetic, and it actually is a little bit more stiff than I would have wanted, but I do think that after you wear it in a little bit more, that leather will soften quite a bit. My favorite material would definitely be this soft nubuck that's on the Flint Grey panels. It's just really soft to the touch and it's also really comfortable on your foot, and it does have that premium nubuck look where you can kind of run your fingers through it and it gets lighter or darker. Then for the overlays of leather on the shoe, they aren't the best quality, but they should feel better and a lot softer over time. Then for the other materials, you do have these thin flat laces, that Huarache style neoprene inner boot, and a nylon pull tab. That neoprene inner sleeve that's inspired by the Nike Huarache is definitely something that adds a lot of comfort to the Jordan 7, and it also makes it fit better. So overall for the materials, I do like what they did. You have this very premium nubuck, and you also have that really soft Huarache style sleeve that also acts as the tongue, and the only thing that I wish they could have improved on was the quality of of that white leather on the overlays, but it isn't that bad and it should definitely break in the more that you wear the shoe. Then for fit and sizing, I do really love the fit on the Jordan 7. You do have that Huarache style sleeve that I talked about a while ago, and that really wraps around your foot, giving you a nice 1-to-1 fit. I did get these in my standard size 10 and it fit me perfectly, so my recommendation on the sizing would be that if you have a narrow foot, a normal width foot, or a wide foot, go true to size. If you are a wide footer, I do recommend going true to size because that material is very soft. But if you want to play it safe and you want a little bit more wiggle room, you can definitely go up half a size, especially if you're not gonna hoop in these and just wear them casually. Once again, I have always enjoyed the fit on the Jordan 7. And if you were to ask me some of the best fitting Jordans, I would definitely recommend the Jordan 7 or the Jordan 8. Then for the aesthetic details, the Jordan 7 Flint is a pretty simple and clean colorway with a mix of white, Flint gray, and hits of purple and black. So on the outsole, it is mostly Flint gray and you have that distinct Jordan 7 traction pattern, but you also do have these triangles and shapes that come in purple, white, and black. Then lastly, for the outsole, you do have a purple Jumpman here at the heel. Then moving on to the midsole, that Flint gray rubber outsole does come up in certain spots. And then on top of that, you have that white foam midsole. The midsole is mostly white all over except for here on the peaks where you have this glossy black. I do actually like how those black peaks have this sort of glossy look to them because I think it gives the shoe a little more character. Then on the upper, you do have those panels of Flint gray nubuck, and the Flint gray is definitely darker on this retro than the 2006 pair, and I actually do prefer this darker gray instead of the lighter gray that was on the original 2006 pair because I think it just provides a little more contrast with the white. Of course, I might be in the minority, so definitely comment down below whether you like this darker Flint gray on this retro or the lighter Flint gray on the 2006 pair. Then on the leather overlays, it is white and it has this heavy tumble to it, and then on the tongue, it is your signature Jordan 7 tongue with those perforation holes on the bottom half of the tongue, and then on the top of the tongue you do have a mixture of grays and black in that signature geometric pattern. Then for the branding on the shoe, you do have purple Air Jordan text stitched onto the tongue. You have a purple Jumpman here on the lateral side of the wing, and then on the back tab you do have that signature Jordan 7 triangle with a purple 23 in the middle. Then for the overall aesthetics, I do really like how this colorway looks on the Jordan 7. I love how the white and Flint gray kind of play off each other because the underlay is that Flint gray and the overlay is the white leather. I also do like those white laces because it just really pops from the shoe. And my favorite things in terms of the aesthetics would be those little hits of purple as well as those shiny black peaks on the midsole. I definitely would put this in my top 3 Jordan 7 colorways. I think this would be third. Then I'd probably have the Cardinal 7s at number 2 and then the Olympic 7s at first place. I don't really rock Jordan 7s a lot because it is quite hot here in the Philippines, but when I do, I really like those white-based colorways a lot more because I think they look a lot less bootleg. Then for the price, the Jordan 7 retails for 9,445 pesos here in the Philippines or $190 US. Not exactly sure how these are doing in the US, but here in the Philippines, they're actually sitting on shelves. And I am sort of surprised, but at the same time not surprised that these are sitting on shelves. I mean, I am surprised because like I said, this is the first time we've seen this colorway in 15 years. So I definitely thought that there were people who were kind of waiting on this shoe and who really liked it way back in 06. But I guess in a way I was wrong. And the reason why I'm not surprised is because the Jordan 7s have never been like the most popular Air Jordan. I mean, personally, they are also one of my least favorite to rock casually because I think it's just a little bit harder to wear. And maybe it's also just because all of the hype are like on the Jordan 1s, the Jordan 3s, and the Jordan 4s. So the resellers kind of left the Jordan 7 alone. That is really good though for anyone who really wants the colorway because you can kind of seamlessly just check out online or you can go in store and actually try them on before buying them. If you aren't really in a rush though to get these, you can actually maybe wait a little bit longer because they might be included in sales. So definitely just watch your size if you're interested in these because you never know, you can get a steal deal for these shoes. So there you have it guys, that was my detailed review on the Jordan 7 Flint. So once again, if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot. Here at Sneaks and Ball, PH.